All right, Pisces, happy birthday, guys. Thank you for being here with me today. Let's go ahead and get started with your message. Feel free to reverse it if you need to. It may be for somebody connected to you. Maybe it doesn't resonate yet. Maybe this is foreshadowing something coming, but all right. So I started writing your message last night, and right when I started writing it, I was thinking of this story of Hades and Persephone. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, we'll talk about it a little bit here. So Hades is like the god of the underworld, right? Now I'm going to leave a lot out. There's lots of details about this story. You know, Zeus and Demeter, if I'm saying that correctly, the mom and the father of Persephone. But anyway, so Hades saw Persephone. And was like smitten with her, like completely taken over by her beauty and who she is and what she does and stuff like that. Now, Persephone is like a goddess of the harvest, of agriculture, of even like spring, which is very fitting that I would pick it up in your message because, well, Pisces is right. Was it right before spring, or is it, or like Pisces in the wintertime going into spring? We're also, at the time that I'm recording this, now you could be watching this a year into the future, or 6 months from now, and it may not be springtime, but when I'm recording this, it's just about to be spring. The weather could fool you. One day it feels like summer, one day it feels like winter, one day it feels like spring, but we are about to go into spring, so it's no surprise that I'm picking up on this story of Persephone. So yeah, he was smitten with her, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna have her. So what does he do? Well, he decides that it would be a pleasant idea to just abduct her, really. So now, this is not a story about abduction at all, just so you guys know, don't worry, but it's the idea of this. We'll get into it. So he comes up to the earth and he abducts her and takes her down to the underworld with him, where she will have to spend half a year. While she is down there, he makes her the queen of his entire world. Like, he gives her everything. He wants her to be the very... well, I would say being, but he sees her already as the one that just would complete everything because, well, he's used to death and all that, you know, and she brings life and think of spring. And so she's like the perfect piece to his missing little puzzle piece. She's perfect for him and just kind of compliments him well. So he, again, you know, he's got her down there with him, and Zeus sends, I forget who he sends. He sends, I'm going to butcher this. Is it Hermes or is it Hermes? Guess one could say it either way, right? Tomato, tomato. So Zeus, which is Persephone's father. Okay, let me back up a little. So when she's gone, while she's in the underworld, what happens? Since she's the goddess of spring and agriculture and harvest and all that, and life, really, everything starts dying. There's like a famine that sweeps over the land because she's not there, which is actually a story of the seasons. It's kind of an influence on winter when things start to die and go dormant. And so this is speaking to Persephone going to the underworld for her time that she's there. So they're seeing this famine and you know, this death type state that the earth has come under. And so he's like, okay, well, I need my daughter back. We got to get things back to going. Plus they miss her. Demeter can't even, she does everything in her power to get her daughter back. Told you there's a lot more to this story. So he sends Hermes, we'll call him, to retrieve her. And as Hermes is trying to retrieve her, I think they make some sort of it's like an agreement where Hades is like, okay, fine, you can have her back. But what he does is he actually tricks Persephone before this little agreement, or sometime during the agreement, he tricks her into eating pomegranate. And it's said, apparently, that in Greek mythology, if you eat food from the underworld, you're bound. So Persephone is bound to return to him every year. Every single year, she was tricked into eating this. And so, unbeknownst to her, yay, here she goes. Every year has to go right back down to the underworld. And thus we have winter and fall, I believe. Is it fall and winter? But yeah, they got her back, and this is when we have spring and summer, and life comes back. Everything comes back to life, I guess you could say. Some people say, right, that there's only 2 seasons. Some texts that I've read, and I don't hold me on that. This isn't really about that, and I don't want to butcher it because I can't remember where I heard that, but some teachings say there's really only 2 seasons, which would make sense with this story. So anyways, yeah, that came to mind when I was writing your message, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Well, baby, whoever this message is for, you are the Persephone to somebody's Hades. Okay. All right. Why I think that I was so focused on this story while writing your message is because someone desires to have you in their life this deeply. Deeply enough that they believe you bring the balance in their world that it needs. As Persephone brought vitality and balance to the underworld, which was defined by darkness and death, so shall you bring what this person needs in their life. It's like, think of yin yang. You bring beauty to someone, life, renewal. You offer life in a life that's been rather dark and lonely for a person. Now, whether or not you want that job or not, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm only picking up on how they feel about it. And I'm telling you, somebody here is absolutely certain that you're the one. Essentially, someone sees you as the person who will complete their world. If you're already with somebody and you're watching this video, your partner couldn't imagine a balanced life without you. Like, they feel that they would like lose all control. They probably don't even give it much thought, imagining living without you, because they wouldn't want to. Like, it's unfathomable to have a life without you. Now, I'm not saying any of this is even healthy. I'm not saying it's not. It's just the message. This is someone who wishes to do sweet things for you, adorn you, and supply you with whatever you need to continue what you love to do, and also be with them at the same time. Somebody wants to supply you with everything. Let's say you're like really into, we'll use art as an example. They want to supply you with all the art tools you'll need. Let's say you like to record. They want to supply you with the recording tools that you'll need. They want you to succeed. Whoever this is doesn't want to like actually straight up capture you, but they want to capture your heart. As corny as that may sound. They want to capture your heart. And the way that they hope to capture your heart is by providing you with the supplies that would help you to succeed on your individual journey. They don't want to change you, but they also don't want to see anyone else have you. Because to this person, I'm not saying they're right or wrong, they could be right. They've had some sort of revelation that you are the other half of them, if there is such a thing. But to this person, there is. To this person, they're not the other half of themselves, but you are split into another person. This person sees you as maybe quite literally the light in the dark, or you're the darkness in their light, whatever it is. Different, maybe even very different, but a completion of a world that it's like missing one ingredient. You know how you have those food shows and they're trying people's trays and people's plates and things like that, and it's like you have the food testers. I would love to be a food tester, honey. I feel like I'd come up with some sort of food allergy I didn't know I had, and then I'd be like But can you imagine being a food tester? Oh my God, I've always thought that. Every time I watch those shows, it makes my tongue slap my brains out there. Oh my God. I love food. I'll never know my chart, but I probably have Taurus in my chart somewhere strongly because, oh my God, I love food. I love. Okay, get me off the food. But maybe they cook. I don't know. This person may do something with food, or maybe they know that you like food or something like that. Even if you have a palate that's rather expensive, honey. You know, like, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. I prefer seafood. In a perfect world, I would actually eat seafood every single day, and I would be completely content. And any type of food issues I have would be solved, because seafood is like the only thing that doesn't make me sick. I love seafood. That's why another reason I know I'm a jellyfish, okay? A spirit of a jellyfish, because I can live off of seafood. I can live off salads too, so maybe I was a rabbit in another life. Shit, I don't know. Maybe that's why I like rabbit holes. I'm constantly going down them. But definitely the jellyfish thing. So seafood, but that shit's expensive. Imagine eating sushi every day of your life. Imagine eating king crab every day of your life, right? So this is someone who's saying, as best as I can, whatever it is that will help you be healthy, that will help you be successful and happy, I will give you that. I will work hard to provide for you if you will take my hand. That's this entire message. Okay, some of you, this is a person who longs to have you back. Just as Hades makes sure Persephone returns to him annually as scheduled, so does this person desire to have you. And we're going to leave it there. All right, guys. Wow. Well, thank you for being here with me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.